This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool single slot payphone. This is Eric's payphone from Ohio, and we did an initial checkout video of this telephone. And Eric has his keys. He had his body key, and he had the vault key, and he had a T key. And we were able to get into the vault, but we could not get into the body. And so we were able to gain access into the body. What had happened was this telephone has taken on some weather, and the brackets that would normally lock the body onto the backboard were froze up. And so we were able to get that to a point to where we could get it open. And so now I'm showing you the inside of the telephone. Now all these boards have to come out. I want to give you a look at that. They're programmable boards, and they can be set up to where you can get dial tone and use the telephone. But what would happen is it would just lose programming, and so all that has to be removed, and we'll have to create a new circuit. So basically what we're going to do here is take a short break, and we're going to be working on this telephone, and I'm going to remove everything. So we'll try to get a little more of the telephone as we move along with the redesign and repair of this telephone. We want to put it into working condition for Eric. We also might want to put another keypad in this telephone, just for the simple fact that this one has taken on a lot of weather, and I'll take it out and make a decision on that. Some of the buttons are sticking and they don't want to return, so we may replace them. They're a little discolored from the weather, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So now what we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and start working on it, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we're kind of in the middle here of repairing the keypad, and so it kind of looks like a big mess, but the original handset to this telephone is bad, and I'm going to show it to you. It's right here. We have another one that's connected up, and so what I want to do is kind of show you how they have this arranged. They have a keypad inside the telephone, but yet the front cover, which I've taken apart and cleaned here, kind of want to give you a look at that without it falling apart, fits over the top of this keypad. So that kind of gives you an ideal of the way that they designed that out. Now what I want to do is I want to reach over and plug in the analyzer. And I want to get my connection straightened out here. We'll try that again. We'll give you some dial tone. If you see that red light up on the analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation. Also want to give you some more dial tone here. And then what we're going to do, if you watch the analyzer, we're going to go ahead and dial some numbers. I'm going to end in a 2. And so we know that it's all working now, but we have to do a lot of redesign, rewiring, and get everything straightened out. So what we're going to do is we also have a bridge rectifier that I have connected into the circuit, and so we want to utilize that. And we also have to reconfigure the hook switch and do some things. So we're just in the middle of the process of repairing this telephone, and this kind of gives you some kind of ideal what a lot of times we have to go through to convert these or repair things that are a problem. Now, like I said earlier, the original cord handset is bad, the receiver and transmitter and everything, and you can't open up some of these handsets because the earpiece and transmitter cap will not come off, and you would probably ruin the handset if you tried to take it off somehow. And I have taken them off in the past, but they're glued on. So basically there's just a lot of issues that come along with the conversion with these telephones, and this is Eric's single slot. So we're just going to be working on it and moving forward to the repair. We also need to install a bell in the base of this telephone, and I'm going to set the video down for a second, and I want to show you the board that came out of this telephone. And we will no longer need this board here. But I want to show you something that's on the back of it. It says, there's a note on the back of it. It says 81192, no dial tone from board. So that's why we have the keypad apart. We had to repair everything. And so they would have never gotten any dial tone because the handset was bad. So this telephone has probably been out of service for quite a long time. We're going to get some more video of this as we move along, and we're going to take a short break now, so we'll be right back. Okay, we're finished up with the telephone now, and we're going to kind of run through some things that we did to this telephone. After our short break there, we went ahead and replaced the keypad. This keypad just was not reliable enough, and I want to make sure that this telephone continues to work for Eric. So we went ahead and changed that and got him another keypad. And that keypad lays behind the outside keypad on the front of the telephone, and that's kind of in behind it. So these buttons here are really kind of just for show and more protection because they're metal. Another issue that we had with this telephone is through the years that this has been in service, there's some warping that has went on here, and sometimes this lower row of keys here, the star, 0, and pound, may try to stick, but with some use I think it'll probably free up after a while. But things have gotten out of proportion and they're kind of warped, so the whole frame that holds that in, and the payphone was hit quite a few times, so it might have kind of bent the frame a little bit. But anyway, that's not a real big issue. Another thing that we took care of was we replaced this handset. The handset was bad. It did not work, transmit or receive, and sometimes you can remove these caps, but for the most part you'll ruin them, and you can get lucky and get them off sometimes, but not very often. So we replaced that part of it also. We'll move that out of the way. We're going to kind of give you a look at what we did on the inside here of the payphone. We removed the PC boards that had the programming IC chips on it. And so what we've done here is we've installed the original plug onto the metal plate that was here. We also installed a modular port. So all Eric has to do is come up from behind, drop it in the little hole up underneath here, and it'll go in and come back out, and he can simply plug it right in. We also installed a set of bells. Give you a look at that, and finished off the bell circuit. We went through the coin validator and made sure everything was dropping through into the vault. And Eric has his keys to this unit, which is cool. And this is his vault key, and we cleaned all of his keys up and got them squared away. The other issue was the locking mechanism for the T key on the body. When you put the body on, you can use the T key to lock it on, and we were unable to remove that at first, and with some work on the payphone we were able to break through the locking mechanism and break it free so that it would unlock. So because he had all of his keys, so all that worked out really nice, and we were able to get the body off without too much trouble. And at first we didn't think we were going to get it off, and we were going to have to take the lock out. The other issue is, as I'll spin the telephone around, when we wired in a new keypad, we just went ahead and cleaned everything up and got everything straightened out. Now I can use his original plug and go ahead and go over and plug it into his original plug. So we utilized all that. Another thing that we did to the payphone is we put some informational cards in the front panel here. So that gives him some cards now that he can use. And the payphone turned out really nice. We didn't clean it up all that much, but we started to clean on it because I wanted to see how it would come out. And I know the sun may be affecting the video quality, but it did clean up pretty nice. And I think with a little more work, it's going to look really nice. Now, there was a piece of tape over this part of it because they didn't want you to put any money in it because it was broken down or something. And in reality, what happened with that piece of tape is it kind of saved the finish on the chrome. So that turned out, when I took the tape off, pretty nice. So all in all, it's a really cool payphone, and I think Eric's going to enjoy this payphone a lot. So what we're going to do now is, since we've kind of showed you the inside and what went on and how everything looks now, I'm going to take a short break from the video, and I'm going to go ahead and put the unit back together again, and then we'll do a little more video and do our final checks. We'll be right back. Now that we have the body back on, I also want to check out the function of putting money in. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and start dropping money in, and it will drop all the way down into the coin box. And I have customers that tell me that they put little things inside the coin box after they get it mounted, because these things are really kind of like little safes, and they're very hard to get into. That's a dime, another dime, and a nickel. And you kind of want to flip these in there pretty good, because it hasn't been in service for such a long time that you want to make sure. We went through the coin validator, but you want to make sure that you give them a little toss in there so that they make sure they drop all the way down. So what we can do is we can pull our T key, and then we can unlock our lock, and then we can come over and open up the vault. Pull our money box out, our cash drawer, and we have plenty of bubblegum money for Eric now, and so he could also put little things inside there, and it would be very difficult for somebody to ever get into that and then lock it back up. So what we're going to do now is take a short break, and we're going to finish up doing some of our checks, and we'll do some calling out on it. We'll be right back. We've finished putting the body back on, and now I have his T key, and all we want to do is just lock the body into place. So now that is locked. And then we have his key that we can lock the body with, and we've cleaned that up also. So we'll go ahead and put that back into place. But we're going to go ahead and do some final checks now. And what I want to do is I want to plug the unit in, and I want to go ahead and ring it. I want to go ahead and let that ring a couple times because it didn't have a bell. We'll let it go one more time. Give you some dial tone. And now what we want to do is we want to dial some numbers. So I'll give you some dial tone again, and we'll go ahead and dial our numbers. I'm going to end in a 2, then I'm going to hang up, give you some dial tone. I want to dial a 2, and then I want to transmit into the handset. And if you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time I modulate or transmit, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hello, hello. So we know that the telephone is working, and it has its receive, its transmit, it's dialing out. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to move the telephone line over into a regular line, and we'll go ahead and call, like, say, a time and temp number. Give you some dial tone.
Good evening. Shop online anytime at Offenburg.com. A short drive to great value. Today is Wednesday, June 20th. The time is 6:52. Current temperature 99 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the low 70s, partly sunny on Thursday, 40% chance of a thunderstorm, highs around 90.
Okay, we can call one other number. We'll go ahead and call my number, and it'll be busy. There's some dial tone. And that will be busy. We'll call one other number. We don't need anything from there, but we'll go ahead and call them. There's some dial tone.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Okay, so we know that this telephone is fully functional now, and it really turned out pretty nice. This is a cool single slot payphone, and Eric was pretty excited about getting it working, and I think when we send it back to him and he ends up hanging it on the wall, if he'd like to take a picture of it and send it to us, I think he's really going to be happy to have it and be able to use it. And I know his son likes it, and he's going to enjoy it very much. So this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.